Raith Rovers manager Jimmy Nicholl had an injured player to worry about this week. It was himself. He's been trying to recover from knee trouble in time to face Kilmarnock. Nicholl's team are setting a hot pace in the First Division, and they've even surprised the boss.
I must admit they have. There was times last year we played some good football and we had a good run of consistency last year, but it was overlooked because of the position we're in. We couldn't get any higher than 4th or 5th. But there was a lot of good football played here last year. I think the lads have carried it on this season. For them to do it as consistently as they have, I didn't imagine for 1 minute.
10 years ago, Gordon Dalziel was a Rangers goal maker for John McDonald in the Cup final. He has 2 losers' medals from those days. Now he's Raith's goal scorer with an amazing strike rate. The Cup matters to the Kirkcaldy team, but not more than promotion.
No, there's no contest. It's great to stay in the Cup, and the financial side will be great for us. But there's no comparison, you know. But still, at the same time, if you go down there and they turn you over, like I said, playing them 3 weeks later, I wouldn't like to have gone in that situation.
The man who aims to keep out DL Brewster and the rest is Killie keeper Bobby Geddes. He's predicting tomorrow's Rugby Park action will be a good advert for the division.
I think it's possibly more exciting. I think maybe in the Premier League there seems to be a gulf between the top 6 and the rest, and maybe some of the games tend to be a bit defensive, where teams will shut up shop at the back. But the First Division is quite wide open, and a lot of teams want to go out and play football. And I think there's a lot of exciting games in the First Division.
Kilmarnock have the worst Scottish Cup record over the last 10 years. They've won only 2 ties. This was a shootout defeat by Meadowbank last season. Manager Tommy Burns missed one of the penalties. He knows they'll have to play well tomorrow to improve on that record.
Raith have got virtually 3 or 4 players that I think they can maybe change the game a wee bit of magic somewhere along the line. So it's very difficult to say, well, we'll mark this guy tightly and or whatever, because, you know, as I say, there's 3 or 4 guys can do it. It's just a question of trying to score as many goals so that, you know, if they do produce a bit of magic, that you're going to be ahead of them.
5 goals and a sending off at Rugby Park in the clash of Kilmarnock and Raith Rovers. Hunt's most intriguing ties was the pairing of Kilmarnock and Raith Rovers, the 2 frontrunners for promotion from the First Division. They met at Rugby Park and it was a match which produced 5 goals, a sending off and a goalkeeper carried off. Alistair Alexander was there.
2 key players in today's cup tie will be former Old Firm strikers George McCluskey and Gordon Dalziel. George McCluskey at 35 scored 7 goals for Killie since joining them from Hamilton, the holder of a Scottish Cup medal. He scored the winner in the 1980 final. Gordon Dalziel has proved to be an ace striker since joining Raith in 1987. 120 league goals to his credit, and he's notched 23 of them this season. Well, after a 1-0 victory at Somerset Park against Ayr United last Saturday, manager Tommy Burns names an unchanged lineup. Ian Porteous, the goal scorer, retains his place at number 7 and has a lot of experience in the Killie selection, and that could be a crucial factor. Disappointment for Raith Rovers. Player manager Jimmy Nicholl has failed the fitness test, and his place is taken by Alan McKenzie. And in the absence of Nicholl, Peter Heatherstone has the captain's armband, and on the bench Stephen Crawford celebrating his 19th birthday today. Match referee Jerry Evans of Bishop Briggs. Kilmarnock getting the game underway. Their first home match of 1993. The weather overhead not too good, but the pitch in good condition. Wind and rain sweeping down the pitch from right to left into the faces of the Raith Rovers defence. Mackenzie wearing the number 7. Good ball through now. There's a 2-on-2 here. Brewster, fine pass. Dalziel. Defender's getting back. He's got to do it on his own. Brewster at the far post. And so was Mackenzie, but that was a poor finish. Dalziel's cross was tempting, but the finish wasn't there. And this is a chance for Killie. McCluskey. Lovely pass. A great shot, and MacPherson did exceptionally well to get down there and smother it. McSkimming driving through. Porteous and McCluskey involved, and McCluskey's pass bisected the Raith defenders, and McSkimming's shot was good. Carson grabbing it at the second attempt. Killie certainly keeping the pressure on Raith, as once again McCluskey doesn't quite find a friendly foot. And Sinclair nudges the ball away, and that one seemed to swirl off. So corner for Kilmarnock. Now let's just see what McCluskey does. Came off ahead of the defender. Watch Sinclair now, tries to nudge it. It seemed to come down his thigh and it bounced away. So the referee correct, and the corner awarded, the first one to Kilmarnock. Calm and organised as Kilmarnock. Oh, brilliant effort. Stopped by Carson. And Killie very nearly taking the lead after almost 11 minutes play. Look at the bullet shot, and Carson reacted with a reflex save to push it away. Williamson was the man that almost got the opener. Certainly Tom Carson has shown in the early stages of this game that he's really got his eye in. DL followed by a posse of defenders. As Mackenzie tries to break through. And that will have to be a corner because Geddes couldn't touch it. The back pass rule causing a little flutter in the Kilmarnock ducat. And Raith getting the corner. Footed in swinger. Near post ball. Geddes in trouble at the back post. And the Kilmarnock defence get it away. Danger still not cleared though. Heatherstone, with captain in the absence of Jimmy Nicholl, blocked. Once again, Kilmarnock's defence looked a little bit uncertain with the cross ball. George McGeehee up there for Raith as the free kick comes swirling in, but Geddes misses it, and there is no touch for Raith. Really, again, the wind playing a major problem for the goalkeepers. Raith getting it going again. Dangerous ball. Heatherstone playing it low. Heatherstone holding it well. Killie needing every man back. Bit of a gap here. Chip was deflected, and it was Thompson and Mackenzie trying to set up the chance, and it's Kilmarnock's turn now to be under pressure. And really, the cross which caused all the problems here. Once again, the knockdown, and Killie happy to slice it away. Good skills from Billy Stark. Williamson coming away from his marker, back to Burns. Wilson. And again it's Sinclair's head to the rescue. Danger at the back post. And Killie take the lead! Driven by Williamson, lead on by Porteous. 16 minutes. Kilmarnock 1, Raith Rovers 0. It was the cross to the back post that did all the damage. Porteous steered it down, and Williamson provided the deadly finish. Well, the large Kilmarnock support certainly enjoyed that goal, and Bobby Williamson's goal gets Kilmarnock off to a perfect start in the cup tie, and their first home goal of 1993. As Raith try and ease the ball away, goalkeeper Carson is limping about his penalty area as he lets that one go, and no doubt about it, Tom Carson is definitely in trouble. Another long ball comes through. Oh, bad mistake by Ronnie Coyle, and Carson has to come out and clear it, and the goalkeeper is drawing the referee's attention that this knee, or whatever the problem is really giving him some pain. On will come number 12, Stephen Crawford, and it's David Sinclair who's going to be going into goal, and that will certainly be a major blow for Raith, no question about that. A nice pass through there from Thompson to by McLeod. Thompson. Again, there's not much room for him, but he finds McLeod. Brewster. Oh, and an excellent effort. And Brewster's shot there really looked bound for the corner. It certainly had the beatings of Geddes. And from a very, very tight angle, Brewster shows he's so deadly. And just passed, and look how close DL was, and Geddes had got a touch. Well, McGeehee again beaten, and McGeehee pulling down Williamson, and the referee must take action against the experienced Raith defender. And that is certainly a booking. Burns taking advantage of the slip. Porteous. Williamson now operating on the left side. Killie switching wingers again. McCluskey. Porteous at the back post. And oh no, Sinclair couldn't hold it. McCluskey's shot is in. And Killie go 2 up. George McCluskey joins in the celebrations, and really it was a tight angle shot. Sinclair seemed to have it, couldn't hold it, and it just squirmed over the line. George McCluskey makes it 2-0 for Kilmarnock, and you can't help but feel sorry for the replacement goalkeeper, David Sinclair. Stays cross. Geddes not too happy. And again, that was Thompson's effort that should have perhaps caused a little bit more trouble than it did, as Porteous gets away from McGeehee, and McGeehee seemed to pull him back, and that must be a red card for George McGeehee. Raith Rovers really are giving themselves all sorts of problems, and here is the incident. McGeehee shielding the ball, Porteous in there. Watch McGeehee's left hand, left arm, and there's the jersey pull. And McGeehee goes, that's the second one of that type, and the referee has no option. Tommy Burns intercepting immediately the pass, the telling pass, creating space for Gus MacPherson. Oh, brilliant ball racing through, and George McCluskey. Williamson's in the middle, but it doesn't reach him. Kilmarnock still there, back to Burns, a little chip in, Williamson there, Raith desperately getting it away, and Kilmarnock again creating, carving chances, and another free kick just outside the area, desperate defenders. Once again Kilmarnock showing the quality of the pass inside the fullback, and it was a good move, but once again the Raith defence were there. And it's Killie spreading, using the width of the pitch, causing problems. Porteous drilling it in again, and again Sinclair had the post covered, but Killie are right on top of the job. And Porteous, certainly a major player in this cup tie. We played almost 3.5 minutes of stoppage time in the first half, as the half-time whistle brings the first half to a close, an eventful first half. Kilmarnock eventually taking the lead through Bobby Williamson in 16 minutes, and that was followed by George McCluskey after 29 minutes. But really the turning point of the game came midway through the first half, when Tom Carson tore a calf muscle and had to be taken off. David Sinclair went into goal, and then worse was to follow for Raith, because George McGeehee was ordered off after 35 minutes, a second bookable offence, and Kilmarnock lead at half-time by 2-0. So Raith get the second half underway, down to 10 men and an emergency goalkeeper. So a very, very difficult task indeed for the Fifers. It's been a cup tie, but it's been a controlled cup tie. There's not been the aggression that one might expect between these two sides. The referee, apart from the red card, one other booking for Mark Skilling. Other than that, no real problems for the officials. Corner, and they finally got it. Williamson gets his second. Poacher's goal, and that really wraps it up. Kilmarnock lead by 3 goals to 0. And from the 8th corner, it got through. The lack of a keeper showed, and Williamson got the touch. He'll be delighted. His second, and the goal that just gives Kilmarnock the icing on the cake. And there's no doubt about it that the set piece caused problems for the Raith defence, and Williamson showed that sharp, adept touch to put the ball into the net. Well, Raith force the corner. Let's see what they can do with the set piece. Kilmarnock, after 8 corners, eventually opened the scoring. This is Raith 6. Heatherstone this time, not Brewster. Brewster's header, and Geddes was there. Right on the line. That was a vital save. It was Heatherstone. The change of the kicker for the corner allowed Brewster to get the header in. Geddes was alert. Burns, useful ball. Porteous recovering. It's a bit short. Sinclair will have to hustle. McSkimming, and he's... Oh, surely! We thought that was in. We thought he had got his reward. Sinclair carried the luck on that occasion, and that shot was brilliantly hit. Let's just have a look at this one. Savour the moment. Steadied up. The right foot shot beat the keeper, but it didn't break kindly for Kilmarnock. It's Kilmarnock now beginning to find tiring legs and passes. Great chance here, and there it is. The goal, well taken indeed. McSkimming it was who raced through. Took his time, and he knew it was going in, and he was saluting it as it crossed the line. So that chance coming through there, Skilling driving through, and then MacPherson getting the final touch, and that makes it 4-0 for Kilmarnock. 75 minutes, and it's really a romp for Killie now. Ball turned in, and Raith, best chance of the game. Gordon DL couldn't get the touch, and the chance went. First class bit of play. The pass well delivered by Thompson, and DL couldn't connect. Wilson seemed to be caught off balance there, but Killie still get possession. McCluskey invited the challenge, and he's got a corner. John McStay not too pleased about that decision. Infuriating for defenders not to get the break that they expect. Sinclair commits himself, and it's drilled in off the line, but Kilmarnock have done it again, and that is a hat-trick for Williamson. Williamson get the final touch there. It was cleared off the line, and again the poacher's art of turning the ball in. Killie go that, and Raith Rovers will have a long road back to Kirkcaldy tonight. Once again the corner, Sinclair committing himself. The first shot looked net bound. Raith did well to clear it, but Williamson just stuck out the foot, and in it went. George, 5-0 in a cup tie. Good news.
Yeah, the most important thing is we're in the next round. We've got a home draw, so everybody's delighted in the dressing room.
Now, the opening goal came pretty early. That was a good one to get from Bobby Williamson.
It's very important to get the first goal. I think it was a cross with Sean McSkimming to Ian Porteous, headed it back, and Bobby knocked it in. We're working on crosses all week in training, and fortunately this one come off.
Now, Raith didn't get the breaks. Unfortunately, Tom Carson had to go off with a calf injury, and that certainly upset their plans, and you took full advantage yourself.
That's right. I think we were still going to play really well right from the start. We kicked off really well, and I don't know if that made a big difference. Probably did, but we don't think it really did.
Well, you've got to take your chances in cup ties, and the shot that you got in, I mean, Sinclair seemed to have it, but it got over the line, and they all count.
That's right. It did go over. There's one or two saying it didn't go. It did go over, but I think a more experienced goalie wouldn't have left the gap at the near post. Fortunately enough, he did for me, and it went in.
So when you were 2 up, you got another rub of the green, as it were. George McGeehee got a red card, and you capitalised on that in the second half.
Yeah, I thought George maybe a wee bit foolish there. They'd just done something about 5 minutes before that similar, and he'd done the exact same to Ian Porteous, and I think he really had to go, and we took full advantage of that.
In that second half, you got the 3 goals. I mean, I've seen you recently, and you've had some good outfield play, but you haven't been scoring goals, but you got them today. Yeah, we've changed our style of play a wee bit. We've started to play with 3 up, and we're creating a lot of chances now, and fortunately enough, we're taking them now. Well, from a striker like yourself, Bobby Williamson's 3 goals, it must give him a lot of pleasure.
That's right, Bobby hasn't scored for a wee while, and that'll give him a right big boost.
And Ian Porteous coming into the team's giving you a bit of width.
That's right, we swap about the 3 of us. There's never one of us out in the wing for the full match, and it's hard to pick up. If you're running off from the wing into the middle, it's hard for defenders to pick you up, and it's working for us just now.
Well done, thanks very much, George.
Thanks a lot, Alistair.
Derek, we spoke about Frank McGarvey earlier on, and a fair old firm influence on that Kilmarnock side as well.
There is, with Bobby Williamson, McCluskey there again, Gus MacPherson,
Tommy
Billy
Burns.
Stark. I mean, it's incredible, but a good victory for them. But really, the turning point is Tom Carson going off. I mean, the goalkeeper, the young lad went in, and really, if a right goalkeeper was in there, it certainly wouldn't have been 5-0. I think we've got to do the same as they're doing in the Premier League in England, Rob. They're allowed a goalkeeper on the bench, just in case the goalkeeper gets injured, they're allowed to bring him on. I think once the goalkeeper goes off, it becomes a lottery then, and a nonsense.
You'd have got long odds against 5-0 Kilmarnock, wouldn't you?
Oh, of course, but you saw the goalkeeper, I think, was probably at fault for 3 of them, the lad that went in. So, anyway, they're in the next round, that's what it's all about.
Killie played some good stuff, but it's difficult to make a judgment because of the goalkeeper situation.
Yeah, but they like to play football. Tommy Burns has got them the ball on the deck, playing it forward, and Bobby Williamson, he said he hadn't scored, but he's got 3 today, and I believe he's won a holiday for a fortnight from their sponsors as well, so it's been a nice day for Bobby Williamson.
Certainly has. Shame for Raith Rovers, and they were looking upon today as a chance to show off why they were top of Division 1, but it didn't go their way.
Nah, losing the goalkeeper's a big blow. Early doors, there are a couple of half chances, didn't take them. In the end, well gubbed.
Okay, well gubbed. In the 4th round, Kilmarnock are after 5 on afternoon sports scene. Kilmarnock against St Johnstone, Cove or East Stirling versus Airdrie or Clydebank, Cowdenbeath at home.